If you want to be time efficient on the CMA exams, you have to watch this video. In this video, I'm going to show you or walk you through how you can utilize the first 17 minutes or the first 19 minutes of the CMA exams. Now, I'm going to continue here. And once you start the exam, this is the first screen you will see. This is the exact thing you will see, except that your last name will be your last name and your first name will be your surname. And the exams will be the actual exam, not a simulation. So this is a simulation exams created by the IMA to help you know or familiarize yourself with what the actual exams will look like. And you have 2 minutes, 2 good minutes to confirm just your names and the exams. Well, do not rush. I want you to calm down. For these first 2 minutes, use that 2 minutes to build your confidence, to boost your confidence, and to get rid of examination anxiety. When you rush, you may be panicking throughout the examination. This is the time for you to calm yourself down. If you are religious, it's time for you to pray for some help, for divine help from above. If you're not religious, hey, meditation and yoga things and pondering is for everybody. You can meditate, and that also helps you to build your confidence and to get rid of any anxiety so you don't panic when you start the actual exams. So for this first 2 minutes, I recommend you using that time to calm yourself down and to build your confidence in the examination and to tell yourself, yes, yes, I can do this. Take a deep breath and tell yourself, yes, I can do this. And once you are done, you can take the whole 2 minutes or you can move on after a couple of seconds. And so you go to the next screen, and this is the screen that is very important that I want you to pay critical attention to. You have 90 minutes to prep through the exam before the actual exam starts. But these 2 minutes, I want you to pay critical attention to. This is a confidentiality agreement. You know, the IMA has 4 standards: competence, confidentiality, integrity, and credibility. Confidentiality deals with not sharing information unless it's legally required. This is where you practice that standard. So I recommend you read through this. This is the part that I recommend you never skip. You read through this and you understand the terms that you are agreeing. If you agree, you click on accept and you move on. If you don't agree, you exit and then you end the exam. That means you are not agreeing to that term. So these 2 minutes, I want you to read this information. And then we move on to the next 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes to go through and to learn what you will do on the exams or how the exams look like and the features and all other things. Well, I am doing it here for you. So you will use that time to do something else. Now, let me tell you what I recommend you should do. When you are taking exams, there are things that you may forget. You may forget some things when you come under pressure. Yeah, some people forget some things when they come under pressure. You can forget the simple accounting equation, asset equal to liability plus equity. You may forget what it is. So I want you, as you study for your exam, pay attention to things that you may forget. And within this 15 minutes, you will have a scrap paper when you start the exams. Take the time to write down these formulas. Okay, write down all the formulas that you may forget, especially variances formulas on the CMA Part 1 exams. It's a lot of formulas. You need to remember them. So take the time to write them down. 15 minutes, you can write a lot of formulas and a lot of things that you think you might forget. Try to remember them, and you have a hard time remembering, you know that that is the concept you need to write down. So when a question comes on the actual exams, you just look on your scrap paper. It is not illegal because you did not come in with those things. You just came in there and you wrote them down from your memory. So that is allowed. Okay, no one will kick you out for doing that. So take this time, the 15 minutes, to write down those formulas. And once you are remembering those formulas and writing it down, honestly, trust me, your confidence will start building. You will start building confidence. You will start realizing that, oh, I can do this. I can remember this. And if you have a hard time remembering them too, you have time to recollect. You know, you won't panic. It isn't like you are answering a question and you can't remember a formula and you start panicking. Because you have 15 minutes to remember, your brain will start, you start training your brain to remember things on the exams, to remember, to recollect things from your memory. So that really helps you. I have done this before, and that is why I'm sharing this information with you. So, but I will go through the features that you will technically have to go through during the exam before your actual exam starts. So once you know what is there, you don't have to read all of them. Okay. Taking the CMA is kind of it's a committed, you know, it's we know relevant and irrelevant. You have already committed yourself to this. So honestly, do you want to read all the terms? The most important term is the confidentiality part. Once you remember the IMA principles and standard and you agree to live by it, you will never get into trouble for exam malpractices. Okay, so once you remember to be, you know, the fairness, honesty, objectivity, and responsibility, which is the IMA overarching principles, and you remember the standard, competence, confidentiality, integrity, and credibility, you are golden. So let's move on. So with the first tab, here, you have the exam structure, what the exams will look like. Okay, and that just tells you the number of exams question you get in the allocated time. On this simulation, you only have 25 multiple choice questions, but on the actual exams, you have 100 multiple choice questions, and you have 3 hours to go through all of them. Okay, 3 hours, so 180 minutes divided by 100, so you have 1.8 minutes to answer one question. So less than 2 minutes. So that is about 1 minute 48 seconds. Okay, so you have 100 questions on the multiple choice exams, and you need to pass 50% of them. Okay, people say 50%, 50%, 50%. Okay. But I think you need to pass 67% of the multiple choice exams. Okay, because the MCQ is 75% of the exams. Okay, 75% of the whole exam. If you need 50%, that means you need 67.5%. So I encourage you to shoot for about 68% as you practice the exam. Shoot for 68%. Okay, and that will put you in a good standard. Okay, that will put you in a good spot as you shoot for that. Okay, don't shoot for this 50% while you practice. Shoot for more than 68%. Okay. So this just tells you what it is, and once you finish the test, or finish the exams, and then do not click this button until you are done with the exams. Okay, do not click it. Okay, even if you think you can't answer every question, go through and choose what question, because you'll not be penalized for answering a question. Okay, but if you don't answer a question, that will go against you. So the next tab just shows you where the timer is. So you have a timer here as you take the exams. You see your progress, how many questions you have answered and things, and you see your name also appears over here. And so this is the screen that tells you where things are. And then this tab just normal thing that you do, the mouse will move and you need the next and the back button. Okay, while you are going through this, please never click on the start exam, because that will skip the free 15 minutes that you can utilize. Once you start the exam, you cannot come back to this minute. Okay, so be careful you don't click on the you don't start the exam. So there's the mouse, and then you go. The fourth tab just tells you the next button and the back button, as I've talked about, but also it shows you once you have answered a question, this is the signal, this is the symbol that it shows. That means you have answered a question. If you haven't, it will still appear green. Okay, and if you flag a question, you will see the flag over. The flagging means you want to come back to it. Okay, so if you skip a question and you didn't answer, you know that you didn't answer because it will appear green. Okay, once it appears black, it means you have answered that question. This shows you when a question doesn't fit the screen. So if a question doesn't fit the screen, show this page requires quick scrolling. So you have to scroll down. I think there was where we saw one. Okay, right here, it doesn't fit the screen, so it shows you right here. You can, get rid of it and then scroll down. But if you didn't also, once you scroll down, it has to disappear. Okay, to disappear once you scroll down. Okay, so let's go to this tab, time remaining. So this tab tells you how much time you have on top here. But the exams will warn you once you get 30 minutes. Once you hit 30 minutes remaining and 5 minutes remaining, so you get prepared to get ready to finish your exams. And 7 is flagging. So you can flag your exams, as I showed you in one of the tabs here. One of the tabs here. Once you flag it, then it's easy for you to notice which questions you will have to go back to it. So that's the flagging. And this one, answering multiple choice questions, which is obvious, answering multiple choice question. But in case, let's assume you answered this question and you think, oh, that's not the one I want. Okay, you can click on it again and it will unselect. Okay, so that's the exams. You can click on it again and select, or you can just ignore it and click on a different one and just switch through. Okay, so switch through. Okay, good. So you unselect or click on the one that you think is correct. Sometimes you just want to select, so you think about the whole exam thing. So in this tab, you will see a calculator. There is a calculator on the CMA exams. If you forget your calculator, just a simple calculator that you can use, and then you can highlight questions. Okay, you can highlight what you see in the exams in case you think there's something that's very critical that you want to visualize that, but you want to skip that question and come back to it. So you can immediately see what you're looking for. You can highlight it, and I'm going to demonstrate it here for you. So for instance, I have this question: how many lungs does the typical human body have? Okay, so you don't know, so you want to highlight the lungs. Okay, lungs. So you use the left click and drag, and then you click on this highlight. So it highlights it. So when you skip it, and when you come back, you are looking for lungs, okay, or lungs and human body. So I'm going to highlight lungs and human body. So when I come back, I know exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so I don't read the whole question. I'm looking at lungs and human body. How many lungs does a human body have? Okay, and one trick also that I can show you here is striking the question. So when you are doing the elimination process, you can strike the question. So for instance, I look at this question, I don't know, but I think 1 is, too little. I don't think a human body have only 1 lung. So I will right click on this. Once you right click, it strikes the option. Okay, and I look through and I see 4. I think 4 is too many. Okay, so I don't think 4 is one of them. So I right click my mouse and it strikes it. So now you only have 2 options. So when you skip this question and you come back, you know that you are only choosing between these 2. So you don't have to read everything. You have already struck them. Okay, so this is a technique you can take on the exams as well. So and then when I come back, I choose 2. So obviously, usually, normal human beings have 2 lungs. This tab is a review. Okay, so you can review all your exams by clicking on here during the exams. When you click on here, this is what you will see. Questions you have answered are here, and the question you haven't, and question you have flagged. So you don't have to go through every single question and looking for questions you have flagged, but you just see all of them here, and then you can filter them as well on attempted, question I haven't answered, question I've attempted, and questions I've flagged. So you can go through them. Yeah. Here, ending the examination, like I said before, never ever click on the finish exams until you are done, or until you know you are done with a multiple choice question. You want to save some time. Your time can roll over. You have 3 hours on a multiple choice exam, but when you are done within 2 hours, you can move on to the essay. Okay, you can move on to the essay, and that 1 hour will roll over to the essay. So you can save time on the essay. You can, have enough time to write the essay. The essay is only 1 hour, 30 minutes each for each question. But when you have 2 hours, man, you can write a lot of stuff. Okay. And then, yeah, so that's the conclusion of it. So as I have demonstrated this to you and went through everything with you, you know the exams, you are familiar yourself, you're familiarized yourself. So there's no need on the actual exams to go through them again. All you need to do is to read the confidentiality agreement. And when you get here, write down formulas you think you might forget. Okay. If you are interested in how questions look like on the exams, watch my next video and I will go through questions on the CMA exams, and that will help you be well prepared for the exams. As you study for the exams, I wish you good luck and success.